Hey everybody, it's Jay Ball, Blue Jays Outdoors, coming at you with another exciting episode of Blue Jays Maple Syrup Season 2021. We are getting so close. We are literally only probably about 3 days from tapping. As you guys can see, tonight I'm going to go put out some more barrels. I got all my lines built like you guys saw. And what we're going to do is I've got an hour or two before I've got something I got to take care of, but I'm going to go hang the buckets for my yard, and then I'm going to start hanging some buckets and lines at my neighbor's yard. So let me go do this real quick. Let me show you guys exactly what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, so hang out with me. I'm sorry, I'm just like super excited because I wait all year for this moment. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's see what we can get done tonight. All right, everybody. Try to get the camera angle here better. So we're at the first set of yard taps. You guys saw me build this line. Now what I need to do is I need to add this drop to this tee right here, and then have this feed into my barrel. So the barrels and the buckets, just like I told you guys before, I always put the hole in the side of the barrel. So you see how there's that hole right there? That's a nice, pretty tight fit, I think, as well. So you want to make sure that it stays in there pretty good. So I forget the size drill. I'll do actually a video on how to drill these holes and the proper way to do it. But it's really important to make sure you keep as much, bacteria, bugs, stuff out of it. So that's why I always put the hole on the side. And then also being close to the road, I try to make sure that I turn this hole away from the road, because you get road grime, right? It's a dirt road. You get dust, you get salt, people fly up and down this road. So I try to keep it covered. I also put a rock on top of here, which I'll show you guys in a second, because we get some pretty strong winds. I'll actually sometimes try to cradle these things between two logs because it gets pretty windy out here, and the last thing you want to do is be chasing buckets around the county. So let me get the camera in a little bit closer, and let me show you guys how I'm going to put this drop on this tee so that all these taps, all I think 15 or 16 of these taps, drain into this one collection barrel. Hopefully this is the best camera angle, but again, so you guys can see I've got this drop, and I need to put this drop tube onto this tee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in this Pruno tubing tool. I'm going to lock this down, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to press it on. It's hard to do this when you're trying to get it all on camera. Well, let me shorten this up just a touch. It's actually easier if you got the tube shorter. There we go. Let me get that just a little bit tighter. Again, still learning how to do all this stuff. There. Now we've got this drop feeding into this barrel. So again, we've got a nice downward slope. And I think we're good. Okay, so this is where the sap starts. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 taps in that tree, and it's going to flow all the way down to that tube. Okay, and then it's going to go around that corner. Then I'm going to put a couple taps in that tree. The tube generally slopes down. I'm going to put 3 taps in those 3 trees, put a tap in that tree, wraps around there, comes around another tree, goes down there, and then the collection barrel. Okay, so you can see that I've got a little bit longer tube. My personal preference is maybe to cut this thing off about right here or so, but that way, yeah, so there's 15 or 16 taps that all will drain into this one barrel. Normally this was like 3 or 4 different buckets. So again, it's all about being efficient, less cleaning. So now all these barrels, or all these taps, will go into this one barrel. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hang this other set of 5 taps. So we're going to start on this tree here, and we're going to end right where the bucket is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to time lapse this so you guys can watch this. I've got the camera on the other side of the road, so let's see if this is the best angle. But I just want to kind of show you guys, I've already had this line pre-made, but I had to redo the anchor points because I want to use the tube and the hooks, no longer use the wire. So it's going to take me just a minute, but again, I just want you guys to kind of see what this stuff looks like when it's all strung out in the woods, or I should say on the road for this case. And yeah, so let's see what it looks like. Alrighty, so you guys can see where I put the new end hook on. So I've got the 3 taps right there. But just take a quick step back, make sure no one's coming down the road. You can see again, it's got a nice gentle slope to it as we work our way down, and it anchors off to these 2 points right here. And I've got my collection bucket right there. So what's really convenient about having road trees is there's 5 taps going into that bucket. And then right across the road from there, there's about 15 or 16 taps right there. I've got another run I'm going to put there, and then you can see the blue barrel way down there. It's not way down there, it's like, I don't know, maybe 30 yards. There's 8 more taps, so that is the real good benefit of road trees. So what I'll do is we're going to go down here, we're going to hang this other 8 tap line, and I'll show you guys. Actually, I'll put the camera in front of me so you guys can see what I'm doing with these end hooks, just to kind of give you an idea. Again, just trying to be more efficient, not trying to use wire, put wire around the trees. I just want the straight tubing, like you guys can see right there. I got the tubing going around with that end hook, so that's what I want to continue to do. I'm really all about tips and tricks, folks, and here's a tip and trick for you. So when you have road trees, it's really important to make sure you keep your taps covered up. You know, I don't have any of the health cups, the T cups on this line. So what I do is actually I wrap them in saran wrap and put a rubber band around them, and that just keeps all the road grime, because again, the road is right here and people go flying down this road, and you just want to try to keep everything as clean as possible. So there's a tip and trick. If you've got road trees and you don't have health cups, just put cellophane around the taps or the saran wrap around the taps and put a rubber band on it. When you go to tap, take it off, throw the stuff away. It's hard to get like the camera level and get the perfect angle, so just bear with me. I'm trying to do the best I can. But so here's the end. Okay, here's the end hook, or the end. So what I gotta do is I gotta press the tube on here, and then what I'm gonna do is, this is the anchor point for this tree. I'm gonna wrap around here, and then I'm going to hook into the tube on itself when I put the hook in. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my tubing tool. All right, and we are going to get this lined up. We're gonna put the tube in here. Again, I'll try to do the best job I can getting this, okay? So you guys can see that right there. We're gonna push this tube together, just like that. Readjust real quick. All right, so we're good and secure there. All right, you guys can see that, we're good and tight. So tubing goes around here, and I'm gonna reach for both of these trees, and I'm gonna tighten it down at the other end. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I've got enough room to get this tap to that tree. So what I'm gonna do is maybe shorten it up just a little bit, and maybe, again, there's no mad science behind this, but maybe right about there. So I'm gonna hold that like that, grab my scissors, and we will cut it off right about there. So we take it, cut it off. Okay, I'll pick that up, don't worry. Y'all that know me know I don't like litterers. So then we'll use the Pruno tubing tool, get this hook on here. All right, there, hook's on. Now we hook the tube on itself, and there's our anchor point. So now what I'll do is I will run this barrel and this tubing through these trees. So let me turn the camera around and just show you how I kind of weave this thing through the trees to keep it tight. So now I've got the line run through the trees. It's loose. I'm gonna put the tube on the end here, which let's just do that and get that out of the way. Lock on here. just make sure it's good and tight. All right, now we'll just wrap this around the tree loosely and just hold it in place with that spout. So yeah, now you guys can see, I hope, kind of, it's just kind of hanging here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go tighten it, and then I'll put the last end hook on here. All right, now you guys can see that I've got the end hook there. So I'm still learning how to do it, but it looks like it's got pretty good tension on it, and you can see that it runs back and forth, back and forth. What's interesting is I actually am going to put I'm going to put 2 more taps. I'm going to change these Y's out and make this so that there's 4 taps there. And you guys can see there's 2 taps hanging over there, and then I've got the 2 taps over there. So this, what was 8 tap run, is now going to be 10 taps. So yeah, every little bit helps. All right, so I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a little bit of an insight as to what it takes for me to hang some of these lines and how to replace the end hooks like I wanted to do. But we're losing some daylight, and I need to put the 2 more taps in. I need to put the saran wrap around these guys. And yeah, we're going to keep pushing through. So the next video you guys are going to see is going to be me hanging the rest of these lines. Probably do a lot of time lapse. You guys have pretty much got the gist of it. But again, I just want to show you guys the stuff that it takes to make Blue Jays maple syrup. Now, larger producers have main lines that actually run through the woods. So this is actually what they use for their drops, but they'll have 3/4 or 1 inch main lines running through the woods, and then they'll have these actually running to those lines and then taking sap to like a collection station. A lot of big producers run vacuum, so they actually are pumping the sap out of the tree, which doesn't hurt them. But because I'm running gravity, this works for me. And yeah, it's getting close, guys. Just hang out with me. I promise we're getting really close to making syrup. Still need to do a few things in the sugar shack. I need to give the pan an acid bath, which will show you guys how I do that. But probably within the next about 4 or 5 days, we should be tapping, and we should hopefully be boiling syrup. So really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. If you want daily updates on the maple syrup season, make sure you follow me on Instagram. That's blue_J_maple_syrup. Again, thank you so much for your time. And remember, the easiest way to change your attitude is by showing gratitude. Thanks. We'll catch you in the sugar shack or the sugar bush next time.